All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm gonna go over some of the film here from yesterday's game against the Aztecs with the Yellow Jackets. No, the Yellow Jackets they're a lot of different guys. Kind of changes every week on who's coming out. Guys that are not currently on their high school team is usually what it is. That are trying out and everything. Now I have different standards for different years. Like if you're a senior, and junior, so on and so forth. But I want to talk about probably it turned out to be one of the best opportunities for me to kind of show how winning just doesn't mean anything to me in a regular season game in a league that nobody's really taking serious. We don't have too much competition in it. And I ended up with an opportunity to kind of, I guess you could say, emphasize habits over winning. So we see here we're up 12 points here. And, wait, 12? Yeah, 12. And these guys were really, really feeling it. I mean, here, I'll just show this as an example. Yeah. And you see, they're all chill about it and everything. Everybody's just joking around because they really think that they got a good thing going, right? But what if I were to tell you that, let's see, this is a sophomore. He's a football player, a sophomore. My standards for him are going to be a little bit lower, and I'm gonna expect him to make certain mistakes, and it's going to be my job to help him get better. He's a junior. He doesn't play in his school team. He's a senior. Doesn't play in his school team. Monty, I would say, is arguably the right around the second, third best player in the city at the high school level. And then the other guy is Sean. You can't really see him here. He's a senior, doesn't play for his school team. So, of course, like I said, there's a standard difference there, right? But this is still a bunch of seniors and juniors. I consider him a freaking junior too. Forget it. Why not? And these are eighth graders. Yeah. And we're only up by 12. And it's because of a lot of little habits and little mistakes that they were making that they're not taking serious. And it happens all the time in basketball, especially with the younger teams, high school level teams and everything like that, middle school level teams as well, where we're allowing these kids to continue to build these bad habits by letting them go into an easy win. Like we've had so many games like this season where we ended up winning by 30, 40. But that was when I had my sophomores and my freshmen in. There are certain habits I can, go into film and we can drill out of them and everything like that. But with seniors and juniors, no. Cause it's going to be difficult for me to explain to them, like, hey, these are the mistakes you're making, and this is why it's affecting you negatively when they're still doing this. So the plan wasn't to go ahead and end up in that situation, but that's pretty much how it ended up working out. So I kind of seized on the opportunity and everything like that. And like I said, I know it ticked off a lot of people. And some of the players were really ticked off with me. And hey, I'm perfectly fine with it. So 6 minutes to go, right? We played 2 minute halves, or 2 minute halves. We played two halves. I think it's about 18 minutes each or whatnot. And the whole time I kept watching. Now, the reason I loved the opportunity to play against the Aztecs is because I've seen their program. I've seen their varsity team, and I've seen this eighth grade team right here. And there is one thing they can do. They can play zone defense. They are a hell of a zone defense team. What they lack on individual skill, which there is a lot of individuals. Like for eighth graders, there's a lot of individual skill across that board with this team. They definitely, on zone defense, these coaches do a heck of a job at teaching them what it is that they're supposed to do, watching cutters, so on and so forth. Now, so what we have in here now, I kept 10th grader in there. Derek, the 11th grader, he's in there still. But I subbed out the two main guys that were doing most work, Monty and Sean. And then Marcel was doing pretty good on offense as well, but his defense was struggling a lot. So I put in the 11th graders that want to try out for the team, along with the 11th grader and 10th grader, right? Now, the 11th graders, this is the first time they're out here and everything like that. They were definitely motivated, and I wanted to put them out there. But I saw them kind of struggle once their defense started building up. Now, what Z had told me, like he believes, and I think his skill level, yes, his skill level is up there. He's definitely really good. And he wanted an opportunity to prove that he could run the team, that he could be the point. So this was his opportunity. And yeah, it didn't work out quite how I'm sure he planned and everything. This is when it first started out and everything like that. Like I'm telling you, this is a legit team. The Yellow Jackets don't practice, so they don't understand. Like, doesn't matter what grade level you are. When you're coached well and you have skill, you're always in the game. You're never out of it. All right, so this right here ends up being the only points that they end up getting. So remember, Z wanted to run the point and everything like that. So I wanted to make sure that I gave him that opportunity to do so. Now, Z's defense, probably between him and Sean, two best defenders we've got. Angel isn't out here. He's also up there. But, yeah, I'm not too worried about his defense, so on and so forth. But remember how I say habits? I had told Derek his job was number 5, to stay between number 5 and the basket. All game, that's what's been happening, right? In situations like this, he doesn't recognize his mistake here, right? And it's going to be hard to, because it's not like his man got the rebound. It's not like his man went ahead and made the big difference there. But continuously doing stuff like this, leaving your man, ends up getting you at the end. Oh, yeah, so first mistake right here. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you, Monty talks trash. It does not matter who you are, so on and so forth. He talks trash. That's just what he does. Especially when you've been pretty much going at him, telling him, hey, I'm just as good as you, so on and so forth. He's going to be like, okay, well, show it then. So this ends up being a thing, and he starts getting under his head. And I'm like, all right, you want to be like, if your own teammate is able to get under your head, how is it going to be when we start going against actual varsity teams and everything? So this one right here, yeah, it looks like bad, but it's actually a smart foul. I hate easy baskets at the rim. But with that being said, we also can't have this. Let me see if I can find it. Let me pause and get back to it. All right, I've got it. So this right here, it's not at all a smart foul. This is a dangerous foul. Okay, and one of the biggest things that I told these guys, do not injure nobody out here, especially the young kids. Like there's just no reason for it. So we got beat here, all around, right? All around, just a horrible job by everybody. Yeah, he missed out on this. So this right here, I understand, especially with Sean. Sean, I mean, he is a dog. He's going to do everything to help out his team win and everything like that at all costs, at all times, whether we're up, whether we're down. I'm not concerned about whether or not Sean's on the team, whether or not Monty would be on the team. That's not at all my concern. The point of this game is to see if all of these guys are going, and this gentleman right here. But this right here, like, I can't have that. No, hell no. That's a dangerous play. And then, come on now, like, help him up. Yeah, I can't have that. We just can't. I wouldn't want that done to my players. So this right here, and I guess it's just because East Coast and everything like that. One of the biggest things that you learn about the East Coast is you get in fights over stuff like this. Because in the East Coast, that's a dunk. So if you're doing this to a man that's dunked, that's airborne, the dangers into how you could hurt somebody. It's just, no. We can't have that. So that was another reason why I was like, no, I need to pull these guys. They need to chill the hell out and everything like that. And like I said, I really wanted to give Z an opportunity to go in there and prove himself and everything. So all right, so here we go. The Aztecs are finally starting to feel it. Actually, I think they've been feeling it. So this is toward the end and everything like that, when they had already gotten the opportunity to come back throughout this whole time right here. Remember how I told you this right here was their only basket? We go through. We're at the smart foul. Did he do it already? Yeah, I believe he did it already. And again, he did a good job. He had already gotten beat. Like, this isn't the time for you, because he's got hops. He's blocked big guys before, so we had to remind him, don't jump, don't hurt him, you got beat already. Like, it's too late at this point. So I'm glad he did that. That was really good. And then here we go. They're feeling it. They're really feeling it. And you can tell with their full court press. Like, I just love, I'm telling you, any defensive team that's coached well, once they start going, offense just falls into place, right? With the skill, because that's what kids love to do. They love to play basketball. They love to play. You don't see a kid out there working on his footwork, working on his freaking sliding, working on his switching. No, you see them out there working on threes, working on their dribbling. Some of them work on finishes, but yeah. So here we go again, right? So biggest thing with any press, do not give them time. We can't give them time. We can't grab the ball and sit there and wait for them. Nope. Because this is what happens. Yep. Foot moved. Remember what I said Derek's number one job was, right? Between him and the basket. That's why I said those habits that you're building on early on in the game, they matter. A place like this, so if you want to run the point, that's the biggest thing I need you to do. I need you to always be ready to get the ball. So come back, come get the ball. But it's all right. Chemistry isn't there, so I understand a lot of these guys, they're filling each other out. But I do want to point this out. These two right here, that's exactly what we want. Once we get the offense, because we got 3 guys back here anyway, they'll take care of it. We want them spaced out there. Like, that's what we're wanting right there. It's all right. Football players, man. I love football players. Football is by far my favorite sport. Greatest team sport ever, in my opinion. Like I said again, hopefully you're watching this, Eric. Don't think that just because of this game, I don't watch your team no more. No, okay? Struggles happen sometimes. That's why we have film. That's not your responsibility right here. When we're outmatched in size. They got 7 and they got 5. 7's still on the bench right now. They've got more size than us. We've got to negate that by constantly trying to keep them out of there. So you want to be concerned about this. But do a good job right there recovering. Nope. That's not your man. Worry about this rebound right here. That's the guards. They messed up here. And so I had a video on here, and I'm not gonna go through the film because it's gonna take me a while to find it. Actually, you know what? Let me find it. All right, I found it. So this right here, an example of what I consider nearly perfect closeout on a 3. Right. This one's Sean right here. You want to get in there, make it uncomfortable for them. Now, what doesn't make it perfect is that he goes to the side as opposed to still staying here in front of him. No, he does it here as well. Look, comes in. It's exactly what you want to do. Why are you jumping? Right? So we don't want to jump. We just want to get in there. We just want to make it more difficult on them. Don't take away that open look, that practice look that everybody practices all the time. Well, the only difference, like I said, just stay right here. So that way you're still between the offensive player and the basket. We don't want to give people opportunity to get the board. All right, so back to where we were. Habits, right? I'm telling you, this was happening over and that's yes, there's a different group and everything like that. But it's this right here. And I see this in El Paso. I see this in Texas because I watched a couple of state championships and tournament games from last season. And I don't know, man. Like, who's boxing out here? Who's looking for a body? Who's looking to make contact with somebody and get ready to box them out? That's kind of there. Not too bad, but come on. Push. So there's another one right here. So in this position right here, he's under the basket, right? You're not. Yes, you have an opportunity for the ball, but you're not taking his opportunity away from the rebound. So what you want to do is get in front of him and keep him under the basket and move a little bit back, little by little, to completely take him out unless it ends up being an air ball, right? Your job is to get the rebound in this situation. We got 2 guys here. Is to completely take him out. Yep. And then that's just a silly foul. That's not a good foul. That's a silly one. And the reason I say it's a silly one, so Jay does a good job here at just kind of standing up. That's what we want to do in this situation. And when this is happening, Z's already rotating. Doesn't quite get in front of him, but he's rotating over there. And remember what I said? This is why I said his job isn't to be going out to the perimeter. Stay in front of 5 and 7. 5 and 7 are our big guys. So it's just a silly foul. It's all right. We can learn from it. Just stand straight up. So what are we at now? 21-28. So they're definitely building. I love it. They're building that momentum. And like I said, it's that defense. They've still only had 2 points that they've allowed them to do. And this is another thing right here. And this is why I was telling them, like, switch. Come on, man. Like, you know, your assignment is 5 and 7. 5 and 7. But it's all right. I know you had a lot going on today. Hope your trials went well and everything like that. Good work right there. Nice. Communication is key, right? This is on my part. I didn't even see this until right now. I should have noticed that he's not boxing out the shooter. So what we want to do, and I'm going to put a video specifically out for this play. What we want to do here, so since he's got the size advantage, we want to get 2 guys on him. This gentleman right here should be able to get him on his own. And then your job, Jay, will be just to stay in front of just get in front of the shooter. Poor Derek, man. I know he ain't wanting to bring the ball up, especially the team that's starting to feel it. And then right here, it's like I said, it's good that they're getting down there and everything like that, but we want to be situationally aware. Like the ball ain't over here yet. Let's have our head turn. Let's help him out. And I think Z definitely did a good job here. He actually was coming to the ball. But it's all right. Mistakes happen. It's all right. But this is another thing right here, right? We're barely up. And let's watch everybody. After a mistake we just made. How hard are we working to get back over here? I didn't even know it was our ball for the longest time. And he kept saying gold, gold, gold. It was just confusing the heck out of us. But all right, so I remember this specifically. So this is a good learning time right here. Let's remember, okay? We don't want to put the ball on the floor unless we have a purpose behind it. Okay? And we definitely don't want to pick it up. So what I want to be identified here, who is no longer in the paint, right? They're big. We got their big up top. That's exactly what we want to do. So this to me and to everyone should tell you, okay, they're in man defense. Whoever the big is guarding, we need to either get him to a corner or keep him up here and keep him bouncing back and forth. Keep him engaged. Keep him where he can't help down low. But it's all right. That's more of us not practicing and not being able to set certain standards on offense and everything. Oof. Stepped out. I don't know. Some calls, yeah. So this is a good opportunity right here. One thing I will always tell you, and I always tell myself, so no, that's not a travel. I mean, he's letting go of the ball, right? But he might have stepped out. And when I asked the ref about it, he was like, well, he traveled and he stepped out. But the point I'm getting at here, and what anybody that goes to any of the games will notice is I'm not going to argue with refs. I don't care how bad of a call they might have made. It's not going to change the call. And it's gonna mess up their. I want them to have a clear mindset. I want them to be able to see the floor clearly and not be, bothered by me or any player freaking arguing with them. And I will easily pull any one of my players that's arguing with a freaking ref. So that's just want to get that out there as well. See, look, so their offense, and this is what happens when you have chemistry, you've been working together and everything like that. So number one does a great job at attacking. He failed, right? So what does he do is he just pick up and wait for the zone to close in. No, he starts looking for people. Look at that. Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. And again, bad habits. Bad habits. Ain't nobody boxing out here. Nobody doing anything to get in front of them. Yeah, we got the board, but bad habits. He got bailed out by a foul. Ref was about to call another travel on him too. I think that ref just loves calling travels. So this right here, 1,000% on the coach. This was all me. This was, I believe this was the first time they did it, and then I started kind of trying to catch up to it. But yeah, no, they got me good on this one. So we got 4 players here, right? And my ass didn't count. I completely forgot about it. So we got the picker in the back. But like I said, man, this is a well-coached team, man. I love it. Oh, no, this wasn't the first time they did it. But yeah, no, 100% on me. But we changed it. I started telling them about the safety and getting a guy on them and everything like that. But look at that. We can't have. Why are we in a rush here? And yeah, the refs being nitpicky and everything like that. But the refs were going to be. They understand these are 8th graders. They're gonna try to give them a chance and everything. So I'm okay with it. I have 0 problems with that. So now is when we end up bringing no, this ain't it. This is still the end of it. It's just 30 seconds. But remember the habit thing that I told you? So right after that turnover, film had cut off and everything. But right after that turnover, Z's still over here bothered about it. Derek's man is just free to go wherever he wants. And there it is. And just like that, 27-28. Look at that defense. I love it. Once they get going, it's awesome. And this is when I saw, and the thing is, like, the whole time when we're here on the bench, Monty, like, he's giving up at this point. But the whole time, he's like, put us back in, coach. Put us back in, coach. And no. Because, I told you I was going to give him the opportunity. And then 2, I needed these guys. Once I saw that they were starting to build up momentum, I wanted them to be as hot as they could possibly be with the starters coming back in. I needed that. 100%. This kid right here has got so much potential. So much potential. I like this kid a lot. Look at that. And here we are still joking around. And it's like, all right. But it's all right. Then we end up having, why is that being filmed? Okay. We end up having the starters back in and everything like that, right? Right off the bat, here we are. Starting it off. Again, Monty still, these are just kids and everything like that. This is a team. Coaches that know what the hell they're doing. It's a pretty good pass, actually. I mean, not the best execution, but he saw that. The only difference is, Jay, I hope you're watching this, Jay. You're a football player. I think you're a wide receiver, too. Quarterback and a wide receiver. What's the one thing we know? Do we wait for the pass? No, we come to it. Come to it. All right, so there we go. Right off the bat, a turnover, right? What does that do for these guys? Just getting confident. They already built their confidence in these guys. Now they're really going to start feeling confident because this is the guy. This is the team and the guy that was just completely killing them at the beginning. Look at that. This right here, a great example of dribble with a purpose. No dribble here, doesn't need to. There's open space. Dribble to the open space, kick the ball. Dribble to the open space. If they close in, kick the ball. I just love it. I'm telling you, man. Like these coaches are underrated. These players are executing well. It's just, all right. So here we go. Yep, that's a foul. I don't know why you're wondering. That's easily a foul. See, so I want to get into this right here. So players like Monty, who are just extremely gifted, and I'm not even going to say gifted because he works hard. They're very talented, they're extremely skilled. All right? Get into bad habits. Right? Because their athleticism and their length, it allows them to make up for some of the mistakes that they make, like having bad footwork, not keeping your ground, not standing straight tall. So those are hard right there. That's just a matter of a player wanting to improve even more. Yeah, this was miscommunication right here. He's telling them not to come in. He wants to set up to scare the hell out of the kid and everything like that. So in this situation, I don't know, maybe Sean didn't hear him. In this situation, Sean's to immediately drop over here and let him go. But they confuse him, they kind of scare him, but good job on Tua not bending it. Oh man, these two, specifically these two, yeah. I love how they were trying. They stepped up. They weren't their skill level isn't there. I mean, they're 8th graders, and this is freaking Monty. But I love their attitude, man. It was freaking awesome to watch. It really was. So this right here is another example why I keep preaching to these guys. The one thing I keep telling them on offense is get the corners, get to the corners. Okay, it's because of this. Because I know Monty's gonna drive. This guy, Marcel, can drive really well. Sean is one of the best drivers too. Like, I'm not worried. I need that lane open as much as we can. So you want to stay over here. Now, you're not at that and everything like that, but the good thing is that you're putting him in an island versus being down here, which can 100% clog up the lane because now you're in here. Derek does a hell of a job of coming to the corner and put this man in no man's land. Great pass, great finish. Nice and simple. And look, we're actually getting back for now. Turnover. And this happens at this floor a lot. Coaches don't, or refs don't usually call it. And honestly, I wouldn't have minded if the ref didn't call it. This is such a tiny court, man. It really is. But it happens. And by the way, the Aztecs, the varsity team, does a heck of a job at taking advantage of these corners right here. Yeah. Habits, right? Oof. By the way, sorry I kept watching this without saying anything. I don't know if he knows what he just did, but this is what we want. So we never want anybody to walk into our paint without getting hands on them. Nobody should be just lollygagging into it without getting hit. So I don't know if he knows he did this on purpose or not. I'm gonna assume he didn't, but that's exactly what we want right there. We don't want anybody coming into the paint with no contest. Also, that last time was the first time they had did it. See? And I kept freaking telling Jay to be the safety. But so much time had passed, he had forgotten about it. And it happens. Because look, there's a lot of time that passes and everything. But I'm telling you here, watch this guy be the safety. So he goes back there to be the safety to get ready. Right? I'm telling him again, hey, be the safety. And look, I love this right here. This is so fucking genius. I'm going to steal this from y'all. This is freaking genius, man. Come talk to the player, right? So you can hide him back. Oh, I love it. It's awesome. And then I forgot about it. Jay definitely forgot about it. I forgot about it. And there it is again. Like right there, right in front of us. But I'm not counting. I love it. It's freaking awesome. And then, of course, that's why you get this. Because they know, right? This is coached into them. They know. They trust in themselves. They trust each other. They trust their coaches. Awesome. Awesome stuff. All right, so let's go back at it. Can I see the score? 29-31. They're up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're up at this point. So what's happening here is I specifically told Monty to allow the guys to have an opportunity, right? The team was getting cold, but look what's happening here. Now that they're having a chance, and yes, we don't practice. Remember that, guys. Anybody that's watching the film, we don't practice. So I'm expecting these guys to do a little bit of one-on-one work and be able to come in and kick. Turnover right off the bat. Those bad habits right here. Those bad habits. Just stay in front of you, man. And then again. I love it. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yeah, and that's a travel too. Carry, actually. That's an okay read. But this right here, so this is what I'm talking about. But they know how to, because they know how to cut, they know how to defend the cut. Right here. He knows where it's coming. Great work. Get back. Like, it's taking too long to get back there. Look at that. Just counting. Let's just count the dribbles here, right? So, 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, 4 pass, 5 pass, shot. That's a good shot right there. Open and everything. I don't care if it goes in or not. That's exactly the shot you want. And the effortlessness with which they were able to do it. And I've got these guys in man. Yes, I wanted to keep them in man the entire time because I need to see their footwork. I need to see who's going to be able to stay in front of people, who I need to focus more on. Like, we got a lot of work to do with him, but he's a 10th grader. That's not a problem. However, Marcel, he's struggling with it. And he's a senior. He needs to change it like by the next game. I don't have time to wait around for it. Derek, that just means that we can't have him up top. It's all right. We'll figure stuff out. But great work. And then Monty, just effortless, right? Not effortless. No effort. Get to the corners. Get to the corners. Get out of the paint. Like, you haven't shown that you're able to freaking do too much down in the post. Get out of the paint. So, and I've said this before in other videos. I don't mind mistakes, right? Mistakes happen. It is what it is. As long as it's not the same exact mistake over and over again. But effort after. Like, what are you doing after? Get back. Make up for it. Make up for it on defense. But there was a lot. There was a lot in the game. One thing that we learned as well. So this is when I think I had already called timeout and I put them in the zone because I was like, all right, you guys clearly need help. I'm like, you guys are struggling. I'm like, you guys are struggling against the 8th graders. Just stay in front of them. And I told Monty, I'm like, you're not even trying. So put them in zone. But what is this? Right? This is where it's important to work on this in practice. Teaching them what zone is. Like I said, not on the team. Well, he's on the team, but he doesn't go to practice because he's got football practice. So he's not on the team. 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 He's on the team. But that's it. None of these guys are on a high school team. He's on the enemy of the state, which is Las Cruces team that he plays on. So he's worked on, zone defense and everything. But look, Marcel, like, why are we out here, sir? Why? Your zone's over here. See, I love this stuff. Z does this all the time. Little stuff like that. If he wants it, Z's definitely getting another chance. I know he had a horrible game here, but if he wants it, Z will definitely get another chance. See, so this is a point to any of the up and comers, right? Any of these kids that are going to be this good when they're older and everything like that, don't just stand here. Go. Be that leader of that defense. Be that leader of the team all around. You just did a great job. Now hustle back. If you're hustling back, nobody has an excuse not to hustle back. Yeah, this is when it all just goes to hell. I'm not hustling back, nothing, just, And Monty had been talking smack to these kids early on. He was just, because, I get it. He's more skilled than everybody else out there, so he's bored, so on and so forth. But why are you out here then? If we're not out here to get better, if we're not out here to work, why do you even come out? Just stay at your high school games. I get it. You're too good for everybody out here. Ah, man, this kid, I'm telling you, there's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential there. Just does he want to continue working? Nice. Great pass. A little dump off. Nicely done. 39-36. And it just goes downhill from there pretty much, right? But it all just pretty much coming back down to the same exact things that happened all game. All the bad habits that were constantly built and everything like that. And like right here from the very first shot, let's look. Everybody's just kind of standing around looking for the ball. Ain't nobody getting nothing in front of nobody. Yeah. So, like I was saying, the biggest thing is just I needed them to understand that these bad habits, that they're just going to continue to pile on. And at the end of the game, when you really want to put in the effort, if you haven't been doing it all game, it's just going to happen. It's just going to get the best of you over and over again. But I'm glad the Aztecs came out. I'm glad that they were able to bring their squad out and everything like that. Sure, it wasn't the varsity team. A lot of the guys are, just like for myself, most of our guys, they were out in the tournament somewhere and everything like that. But it gave all of these guys an opportunity to try out to see if they can, what's it called? Now, actually, I want to take this right here. Sean is he's just a dog, man. I'm telling you. It wasn't even him on that one. But the coach, so the refs know the enemy of the state guys, right? They're dogs. They're fighters. We played them 2 weeks in a row, and they are dogs, man. I loved playing against them. I got to actually play some of my starters last week against them, and it was a heck of a game. They ended up beating us by 2 points in overtime. But it was a heck of a game. Well, kind of, but competitive game, I guess is what I meant to say. But yeah, I know it's been a long video. Holy crap. Okay, too long of a video. I doubt anybody's going to be watching, especially here toward the end of it. But I just wanted to put this out as to my mindset when it comes to these regular season games on a team that doesn't even practice. I need them to understand certain things. I need to put guys in certain spots where I can see their skill either shine or their struggles really, or their lack of really, become a struggle and become a problem for the team. Because I can't have, there's a purpose to this team. We're going to be putting a team together and everything like that, and it's still going to be coming out in February, March timeline after the school season's out. But I need to find these guys. I need to see who it is that we can work with, who it is that we can make better, who it is that I can actually help out. Versus if anybody just, like, we had 2 guys quit already. I had 1 guy that I had to cut. It is what it is. I don't mind quitters because it just helps me out. I don't want to put more time and effort into somebody that's not willing to continue to work. And then the biggest thing that I told all the seniors, I'm like, hey, if you're not getting playing time, if you're not starting and everything like that, then yeah, you should feel some type of way about it. But again, Coach Bates, give me a ring, give me a message, whatever it is that you need. If you have any other questions for me, I'll be putting out little videos for these guys and everything like that to help them out. I'll make a video for Derek. I'll make a video for Jay. I'm gonna talk to Monty, see if he really wants to work. If he really wants to show that he's the second or third best player out here. I know he thinks he's the first. I haven't seen it, but if he's willing to work it, he can definitely start proving. He could prove it on this court. Doesn't matter what court you're on, you can prove it somewhere. And then he's on the high school team, so he's got plenty of opportunities. Next week they got a huge tournament coming out, so there's definitely chances there. And then these 2 gentlemen, I want to bring them in next week to really give them more of an opportunity and everything like that. And then I'll talk to Z. I'll see if Z really wants to be on the team still. I know he's going to feel some type of way about all of this that happened and everything like that, and that's fine. But I'm willing to work with him because he does the little things. But yeah. All right. Thank you.